Okay, let me tell you a story about a green bird who always had the worst luck. Deciueye. Now, I got a history with this thing, and I'm going to summarize it for you today. Every time this guy's been a starter, I chose him. Every time. He kinda sucked all 3 times, sometimes more than others, but yeah, for the most part in the main game, he'd suck. Let me lore dump about some stories from my childhood that are fractured, but I mostly remember, so that's why it's a summary, basically. Ah yes, Sun Deciueye. That crap was over 5 years ago. Rowlet was the starter Pokemon I chose in the first Pokemon game I ever finished, which was Pokemon Sun, and I loved him no matter what Guzma-shaped objects got in the way. And despite being my strongest Pokemon behind my Ash Greninja, he was always kind of behind because of the whole grass typing thing, which may be a Mandela effect, but he had 96 speed. Genuinely, when we were fighting the Pokemon League, he had 96 speed. This could have been the rematches I was doing, potentially. And just Greninja outclassed him at everything. Special attack, he had Battle Bond, he was just cooler. I had more of an emotional connection to him because of the anime. Although he wasn't useless, in fact, with the exception of the ending of this story, he never was. When Ultra Moon released, in an act of purposeful stupidity, I left him on the save when I transferred everything up because I thought that I'd just get another one. This was a dumb decision I regret, but the new one I obtained was, still is, and probably always will be the best of the 3 that we'll be discussing today. Which leads us to Ultra Moon Deciueye. Ultra Moon Deciueye starts the worst and becomes the best. Because I just transferred everything from Sun into Ultra Moon day 1. I just got it to level 30 as a Rowlet, had it in the box the whole playthrough. Yes, I didn't evolve it till the post-game, but the loss of its predecessor made me appreciate it more. I got it to level 100 in its final form. Over the years, it helped me bully my brother and catch legendary Pokemon in Ultra Space. Later, it joined me in Pokemon Prison and the Gen 8 games, where it did the same thing, but instead of legendaries, it was raids because I never purchased the DLCs. You can even see this one in one of my earliest videos ever, a Pokemon battle, where it's in my party when I face my brother and beat his ass brutally in Pokemon. It's great. In fact, you can see this Deciueye in a lot of my videos. This Deciueye was how the original felt, until Greninja blew past it and I realised it had 98 speed for some reason. And it holds a special place in my heart for that. So now it sits with countless legends, like Kanto and Galar teams, the Ghost of Greninja, which is a rant on its own. Random Pokemon I've traded for. It has the most ribbons of any Pokemon I have, just in general. And actually, speaking of Pokemon Home, even some of my brother's Pokemon are in there. And guess what? They're all awaiting the day when the Gen 9 moveset changes. Don't kill my family. It's a very nice story, minus Dexit and the tragedy of Ash Greninja the Great, which is very sad, I assure you. And I was really happy when I learned he'd get a new form in Legends Arceus, the game I've been awaiting for most of my life, which isn't a joke, and I was kind of excited. Few things have excited me since Gen 8 got announced. Dexit killed a lot of hype I have for these games, but maybe, just maybe, he won't be arse. In my personal experience, he is arse. Legends Arceus Deciueye. This one is quite uneventful. He just fell behind because of move pools and XP changes in battle. Plus, the red is nowhere as appealing as the shade of green he's rocking normally. Plus, fighting is a common starter type when Ghost isn't, unless CA changes that and makes Mega Ember a Ghost type. But yeah, he just fell behind and was replaced with Heatran so I could fight Volo. My time with LA Deciueye is why I feel the cracks in my love for this Pokemon outside of its home gen. It's even in the state that GOAT Ultra Deciueye was once in now. The question is, will that change? Because it might. We'll have to see. But making this video has shown me and reminded me that this Pokemon isn't really bad. It's just kind of mid these days. I don't know if it's changed or if it's because I've changed over the past 6 or 7 years, but this video is how I feel about this Pokemon. This video started negative, now ends a bit more positively. In a way, at least. And leaves a simple question. What do you think of this strange archer from the island region? I want to thank you for watching this video. I actually want to make stuff more like this in the near future after I send off my Reddit meme series. So if you like and subscribe, you can see more of stuff like this. I do, however, have an extra note on what this Pokemon means to me, just at the end here. It reminds me of the struggle to beat Guzma at Aether House. It reminds me of a legendary hunting, the Beyblade scene at my primary school when frozen Coke was $1 when my dad was alive, and many other things. But it reminds me of Dexit, the bullying from that time, discovering the horrors of the world through YouTube in the 2020s, my lingering lack of hope for the future or my own success, and the despair of the non-school parts of 2020 and 2021, which I hated and were some of the worst periods of my life. So far, at least. So, needless to say, recording, writing, and editing this was one of the experiences of all time. I've had a nostalgia boner for Grade 7 and Beyblade Burst this past year, so naturally something like this was bound to happen. There will likely be a video like this, but about Greninja, later on with some Inteleon mentions here and there. Outside of that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you... eventually. I don't know when that is. I'm not the greatest editor, nor the greatest speaker, so, thanks for sitting through this.